Hello and welcome. My name is Cash the Stampede. I have been playing a sizable amount of Monster Hunter Wilds, and I gathered up a few tips to help you out and to hopefully make your time in the wilds far more enjoyable. Now, my very first tip is for those of you who will be hunting with friends. Every single person you plan on playing with will need to complete the intro mission. There's no secret on how to find it. It's literally the first thing the game's going to put you into once everything gets started. So, go through the mission, go through the motions, and then once you get done, you'll notice that the beta is telling you, thank you for joining. Everything's not done though, don't freak out, just continue on and you'll be kicked out to this nice convenient village area. Once you are here, you can pull up the options menu and select the communications tab. Under communications, you'll see everything that you're going to need to invite your friends to your party. But you'll notice that once everyone gets invited, you're not seeing anyone. You can start up a mission or a hunt and everyone will get the alert for it and you'll all go out on the hunt, but if you go out into the world, you still are unable to see each other. Well, the reason for this is because you've joined a party, but now you need to join each other's environments. So, under the communications area, just go over to your party link or link party, and you'll see that there should be an option to invite to your environment. It does not matter who's doing this, and I don't believe that the person whose lobby you joined is considered like the party leader. It just means that you guys are all together in a group and you're going to be in the same environment. Now, you'll see each other running around the lobby, and then when you start your hunts, you'll all be together and you'll be able to hunt together. Nice and easy. You may notice that once your hunt completes, sometimes your environment party will essentially break up and you'll have to resend everything. We are in a beta, so that may be a quirk of this, though it could be something that I did that initiated this. So if you have been experiencing this and you know what's going on with it, then go ahead and jump to the comments and let us know. Thank you. Now, the next tip is for those of you who may be having an issue on that intro mission with sharpening, healing, or sending an SOS. Now, I had a problem with this on my first run. The game will tell you to push up on the D-pad, well, to hold left bumper or L1, depending on what game you're playing on. But the game told me to hold this button and then press up on the D-pad, and I was not able to sharpen my weapon. I wasn't sure what was happening. Eventually, I found out that I just needed to push any direction other than up, left, right, or down, and that pulled my cursor into position. It was out of position for some reason. I don't know why. It was weird. It may be weird for you too, but if this happens, again, hold down left bumper or L1, push any direction other than up, let go of the menu, and then pull it up again. You should be able to have access to your up now, and then you can select sharpen, send SOS, or heal yourself. It's all right there on the same radio menu. During the introductory mission, you're going to be introduced to a few mechanics that you have access to while you're on your mount. But you'll also be shown that you can use your grappling hook to gather things or cause environmental hazards while you're moving around the world. But what the game doesn't tell you is that it is far easier for you to watch the mini-map to look for the gatherable items that you want, rather than just looking around the world and waiting for the cursor to tell you, what's available. Man, when my friend told me this last night while we were playing, I could not believe it. I'm like, man, what a fucking great idea. Thank you for this. So I'm passing that nugget down to you. Yeah, just watch the mini map, and if you see something that you need, just, guide your sacred over to that area, at least within grappling range, and keep it going. Very good tip. Next, for those of you who want to swap out your secondary weapon, all you need to do is go into your tent to access your equipment. From here, you'll see that you have the option to swap out and select any weapon you like for your secondary weapon. The game starts out with a light bowgun or heavy bowgun, I forget which one, but you can just swap out the bowgun completely with whatever you're more comfortable with. Then when you're on your sacred, all you have to do is hit right on the D-pad and that'll swap between both of your equipable weapons. For those of you who have noticed your handler saying that you've been issued some supplies but you have no idea where they are, they are on your sacred. So you press right on the D-pad to swap weapons, but you press left on the D-pad to open up your sacred's pouch. Then you'll see that there are some healing supplies, generally some meat, the usual things you would find in the box or supply box on your normal hunts. All that stuff's just being sent to you now per each hunt, especially if you start the hunt, you know, immediately before you leave camp. If you start the hunt out in the wild, eventually you'll still get the same notification. When you jump onto your sacred and swap areas, you'll be able to, you know, check into your pouch or just jump on your sacred immediately, access your pouch, and get those sweet, sweet supplies. Before you go out on your hunts, you will want to eat a meal. At least at this time, you can only eat meals from inside of your tent or off of your grill if you want to do that. You can pull your grill up. In your menu, you have it equipped already. Just hold the left bumper or L1 and hit square and circle. That'll let you tab through all of the options in your inventory, and eventually you'll see one for a barbecue pit. You can eat your meal literally anywhere. So if you happen to have forgotten to eat before you left camp, you can do it this way. But usually when you go inside your tent, you'll see an option for a meal, and you can select a meal and eat it from here. Now, by the look of it, it doesn't look like you'll have to eat a meal before every single hunt. The meals are timed. So the basic meal I have here is 30 minutes. I can add on some extra ingredients for another 20 minutes, giving me 50 minutes of a boost. I'm going to wager that is present as long as you do not cart, because usually when you cart in Monster Hunter, any bonuses that you have are lost. Now, when it comes to your first hunt, you may notice that your handler does not have an option to hunt for you. That's okay. Open up your mini-map and you'll notice that there are monsters moving around the map. You can select any monster that you want to hunt, but once you select a monster, it'll tell you the difficulty level and the rewards you get for it, and I believe how much time you have for the hunt. Or while you're in the mini-map, you can press square and this will pull up a list of each monster that's available. And then once you select a monster, you'll see the same screen I mentioned, letting you know the time, the rewards, and difficulty. Once you do select this mission, you'll be able to go out, go on your hunt, and once you return, you may be surprised to find out that your lobby is now far more populated, because now it looks like most of the large village hubs are basically gathering hubs. Everyone shares the same lobby at the same time. Don't be shocked by this for now. This is stress testing for the beta, so Capcom wants the game to look like this. We will very much have squad or private lobbies. If you don't like to have a bunch of people running around, I would be shocked if this was not available for you, but that is currently how this works. And then you'll notice that your handler, she has missions. She'll have optional missions for you after your first hunt, and anyone that's in the lobby with you, you'll also see their missions, and you'll also be able to have access to SOSs. So once you get done hunting everything you want, you can jump in and help other people if you like. And by the way, you can also start hunts out in the wild. You don't even have to select a monster if you don't want to. You can straight up just be out there in the world, start attacking a monster, and then suddenly that will become a quest. Now, for any hunter that happens to use the SOS system, don't be caught off guard, but the first set of hunters that join you, those are actually bots. And I didn't notice it right away because, I mean, they jumped right to the mission and started to be instantly effective. But over time, I started to notice that our backup had voice lines. And I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make any sense. So I started to look through the menu and I saw something that was called support hunters. And I selected that and it showed the names of the hunters in our group and they had backstories. And I noticed that, holy shit, these are characters from the intro mission, from the boat they were riding around with me. I was like, that's actually super cool, because what happened over time, because at first I thought, oh, okay, we can only just join, get bots to join. That's kind of weird. But what happened was, once someone wanted to join our hunt, they were able to, and they replaced the bot. The bot backed out, and then the next hunter came in, and then our second bot backed out, and then another hunter came in. And if anyone happens to drop, the bots come back, always making sure that you have the help that you need. This used to happen to me in Monster Hunter World, where you would, call for help, and maybe you just get disconnected or something weird happens. Maybe they get disconnected, or maybe someone just doesn't like the hunt. Who knows? But suddenly you're stuck trying to take on a monster that you didn't want to do by yourself. Well, this should alleviate that, making sure that you always have the backup you need. Again, fun fact, less of a tip, but something that I think that is a very, very good addition. It reminds me of the pawns from Dragon's Dogma, another Capcom game, and those guys were very, very good at helping me out. So yeah, I would not imagine that these bots are also just as helpful. And one more fun fact for the road. You can climb on top of monster carcasses once the monster has been slain. Usually, at least in Monster Hunter Rise and Monster Hunter World, after I defeated the monster, you could still see the monster and you could still interact with it, carve it and get its meat to get your drops. But you would straight up just walk through the monster. It's like it didn't exist, in the world anymore. No longer. The engine now will allow you to climb right on top of the monster, and you can carve that meat from whatever angle you like. But that is going to do it for today. I'm going to get back out on the hunts. If I happen to come across any more tips, I will try to pop them up quickly, at least before the beta goes down. If you happen to miss this beta, though, do not get too discouraged. Chances are, because this game doesn't come out until the end of February, this is going to be one of many, many beta tests. At least that's what I'm hoping for. So keep an ear out. I will definitely let you know when the next one comes up. But I have been Cash the Stampede. I'll see you out there in the wilds.